Welcome to Dwania, a province in the heart of Iraq known for its agricultural roots and rich history, yet today it quietly carries the weight of being one of the poorest regions in the country. This steady decline is due to a combination of economic neglect, water scarcity and political mismanagement. Years of corruption, poor infrastructure and limited government support have further deepened the region's challenges. Despite these hardships, the true strength of Dwania lies within its people, resilient, humble and remarkably kind, offering a powerful contrast to the struggles they endure daily. And whilst I can't fix the challenges they face, I can do my part to share their warmth, generosity and humanity with the world, to show that even in hardship, there is beauty, dignity and heart. So join me for the very first episode of my journey through Iraq as I explore the beautiful and soulful province of Dwania, a place that's far more than what meets the eye. But we finally arrived, and I'm going to be very particular in the segments that I record, just because I don't want to bring too much attention obviously, but yeah, from there inshallah I'll show you guys once we enter some shops. At the start of my trip I was a little unconfident and overly cautious due to the fact that I haven't been to the Iraqi nation in over about 10ish years, and this is the first time that I experienced it as an adult. I quickly learned however that this over precaution isn't necessary, as I felt like the locals there kind of treat you better than their own kids sometimes, which is quite funny to say the least. We are all nice football gear over here. Dwania, I know that football team. The first store that we enter is one of the better kit resellers in the Dwania region, which I was highly recommended to go to by the locals in the area. I wanted to find some Iraq national team kits which are near impossible to find in my region of the world. Bro, it actually looks so hard, you can't find these anywhere in Australia. But yeah, I'm gonna grab this one, bro. Cold kit for the indoor sessions, bro, come on, don't play with me. I also picked up some other beautiful pieces that he was selling, such as this vintage Argentina kit and so much more. Proper as well. فقعين يصير على زين؟
لا صغير.
صغير؟
اي.
يصير عليا؟
ايه.
هذا الفريق شنو اسمه هذا الفريق هنا؟
الجوية.
الجوية. هذا أحسن فريق بالعراق؟
ايه هو وزارة.
أها. إيه؟ شو وقت هاي الكلاسيكو تصير؟
شلون ريال برشلونة بعد هم 20 يوم وتجيهم لعبة.
We were doing some more shopping for some other pieces of merchandise. We were even starting to build a little bit of a crowd, having good laughs and a good time, when suddenly reality decided to hit once again. هذا السايز.
اي
هذا السايز؟ Okay, please. 20 يعني 20,000. انطفت الكهرباء once again. However, alhamdulillah, to our luck, Trent Alexander-Arnold was in the area, also paying Dwania a visit, and decided to revive the electricity for us. What can't this right back do, honestly? We had dreads and everything. تريد من العراق من؟
ما تاخذون وياكم استراليا؟
ها؟
ما تاخذون وياكم استراليا؟
أكثر؟ ما عندنا وزن. لا لا، صدق احنا نريد نرجع هنا إذا أي شيء. والله نشبيه العراق.
أنا دباغي. لا هذا يحكي العراق. أنا هسه الله شاهد هسه الصبح شفت خبر ويا ابن عمتي بأمريكا. إي. قلت له قد احول لك دفتر.
Now the real question that you're probably wondering is, how much was I actually paying for everything? For all these high quality jerseys, we were paying anywhere from 5,000 to 25,000 dinar for the more in-demand jerseys such as this Barca kit, which are honestly unheard of prices in general. In terms of durability, I've actively worn these shirts for about 4 months now since this video was initially recorded, and I've yet to see any actual wear and tear on these thin shirts.
أنا كان بيحب 20 حساب 10,000 بعد هاي من عندك
يلا حلو هذا وخلاص شكرا. هاي مال ايجن كاب مو؟ اللي خسرنا بيها ويا اردن. شفت اللعبه؟
ضد اسمي على شمال موبايل وقمت.
شنو اسمك اصلا؟
ابو جنات احمد.
ابو جنات احمد انا.
سلام بك.
As nice as Ahmed was treating us, looking after us with prices, being very welcoming and playful, I finally decided to leave after hearing such a horrible take on football. مدريد؟
انا برشلوني ريالي.
اها.
بس عندي ميسي اللاعب المفضل.
صدق؟ هاي انت همين نفس الشيء؟
ميسي تاريخ.
صحيح.
ما يتناقش بس صحيح احنا نشجع نادي ما لنا شغل بالله. بس ميسي له افضل لاعب.
fair enough.
ميسي يقدم اكثر من رونالدو.
هي حتى اذا يقدم اكثر بس رونالدو يعني different غير رونالدو. Due to demonstrations of Ahmed's kind soul throughout our interactions, I decided to let his horrible take on football slide this one time and be on my way, as there was other sections of the Dwania Souk Al-Kabir that I wanted to explore before it closed. Jerseys, so come and sort him out inshallah, and shukran على جزيلا. يلا. السلام عليكم. يلا. So yeah, definitely come down, suss out his store, and we'll go suss out more parts of this market. One thing I always felt growing up was the lack of gifts I received from older relatives after they came back or were visiting from somewhere far away. In contrast, the women in my family were always sorted out with something, whether that was some fancy new clothes, jewelry, and so on. So I decided, since I am now that older relative, that the next store that I was going to visit was going to be a watch store, so I can buy some nice fancy watches for all the male relatives in my immediate family. أنا بدي أسوي إن شاء الله بس ما عندي هسه أحمد صافي صالح يعني اسمي. تابعوني إن شاء الله. One thing I was trying to do in these markets is mask myself as a local. However, it took Ahmed, who is the store owner of this watch shop, less than 10 seconds of interrogation to figure out that I was indeed a foreigner.
ليش مو عراقي؟ بس الظاهر أنت صغير ومسافر؟
لا إيه أنا مولود هناك.
وين؟
بأستراليا. مولود ايه بس عراقي، احب اقول عراقي ما احب اقول استرالي لان انا احس نفسي عراقي.
والدك عراقي؟
ابويا وامي اثنيناتهم عراقيين. ايه صح.
بس انت معظم
شنو اللهجه مالتي؟ لان هنا اهل الديوانيه كلهم يقولون لا انت اللهجه مالتك مو عراقيه.
لا انت هسه لهجتك عربيه.
ايه
بس تحسك اردني.
صدق؟
لبنان.
لا عراقي اصلي. ما شاء الله bro, look at all his stuff. Also in the market of Dwania, where they come, they look after you as well. Each around 20-30 bucks Australian, equivalent to 15-20 bucks USD, which is practically nothing for people from that region. So yeah. The store had a wide range of watches, everything from old Casios to Seiko lookalikes, and even a brand called Fitron, which seemed to be a very popular timepiece I kept seeing everywhere on the streets. Prices range anywhere from 15,000 dinar on the low end to 30,000 dinars on the high end. The overall build quality of these watches was pretty average, but that's expected considering how much you're actually paying for the watches. Hello. In terms of what we were finally charged, Ahmed gave us deals below market value on some items to ensure that we were satisfied. Even had a chance to take advantage of my naivety in thinking that adjusting the watch size requires a fee to do, however that is simply not within the nature of the people of Dwania.
15 اي 15 بس انا حطيتني 10 بس
ولي مش
بيش عاد تقدرهن يعني؟
بس ذني مجانا
بلاش؟
صغير
حلو اوكي.
ذني ثلاثتين؟
There was this custom in Iraq that I was very unfamiliar with. Having lived in the West my whole life, I'd never really experienced anything like it until I came here. It was when store owners like Ahmed would initially refuse to take payment. I wasn't sure how to respond. Were they being sincere? Was it a gesture of respect and politeness? Or maybe even a subtle way of testing my character? I remember even asking Ahmed if people ever just accepted the offer and simply walked away. شكرا أحمد. لا والله شكرا لازم تاخذ جزاك بس احسبهم خاف اني خطأ. انا ما اعرف اما ما يصير اني اقول يعني عادي اعوف. اكو صدق؟
كبار بالعمر. احنا شو نسوي نسكت شنقل.
يا صدق يقبلون.
رحم الله والديك.
رحمه والله اصلا ما
اركب
رحمه والله ما اقدر اصلا رحم الله والديك. هذا هو. The sweet lad here, Ahmed, didn't actually let me pay. And he's like, no, I'll keep the money with you and stuff. And I'm like, okay, because like I wasn't. طفت كهرباء مرة ثانية. This is the reality of Iraq. As I was saying before I got cut off, this initial gesture of refusing payment is deeply rooted in Iraqi culture. Hospitality and generosity, or more commonly known as dhiyafa and karam in Arabic, is a core value here. Being generous, especially to guests, is more than just good manners. It's tied to pride, honor, and even religious teachings about giving without expecting anything in return. It's also a quiet expression of solidarity, as Iraqis have seen a lot. So gestures like refusing payment are a way of saying, we're all in this together. I've got you, my bro. So when visiting Iraq and someone says, no need for money, you're our guest, although it's a very beautiful gesture, remember it's also good character to give back to people who treat you with respect. And now we're gonna go look for Dasha shopping because we actually want to blend in with the locals over here. We don't want to look a bit foreign, so can't just wear football jerseys and stuff. Sing randomly, fair enough. After searching for a while, we finally stumbled upon a noteworthy dishwasher shop that was highly recommended to us by the locals as well. Yeah.
الله يسلمك حبيبي يعطيك العافيه.
شكرا والله اهلا وسهلا. بس
والله محل قريب منا يبيع مي الله يرضى عليك. عندنا.
والله عندنا.
والله شكرا. بس وحده ما اريد والله ما اريد.
بالعافيه يعطيك العافيه.
انا ما اريد. ما اريد انا ما اريد.
تسلم والله شكرا. Where else do you get this treatment?
ما دورت وياكم بربع دينار والله.
ممنونة على راسي حجينا الغالي.
انا بايعها باكثر من هذا السعر بس انا على حسابكم.
رحمة لوالديك.
الله يحفظك. اعطيك غير لون بعد وياها؟
اي فد بيجي هيك على الجوز. هذا.
We arrived in the place for the dish is what we call them, or the thobes, depending on where you're from. I got this, I'm gonna get this like blue looking one. Kind of looks like a Maghrebi style. Kind of cold to watch as well. Yeah, it looks hectic. This is only $10. We ended up purchasing around 4 different dishdashes that differed in quality for under 100 dinars. Genuinely, prices that you cannot find anywhere else in the world for the quality that you're getting. I've been wearing the dishdashes I brought from them almost daily, and honestly, they're still in top condition. Be sure to send a message to their Facebook page that I just showed on screen now. They do worldwide shipping and can hook you up with a solid deal from the comfort of your own bed. Come message them on that Facebook link and they'll sort you out with a good price. كل هاي ايش قد صوروها؟
هذني 3 دشاديش وقلبية 90,000.
So three dish?
Yeah, ثلاثة.
واحد قلبية
90,000.
90,000. So about 90,000 dinar, which is equivalent to only 90 Australian, more?
Yes.
90 Australian for pretty much 4 or 5 pieces of garments, which is, it's unheard of, genuinely. فكم اسمك؟ حسين and Abu? Ibrahim. Abu Ibrahim, they'll come and they'll sort you out inshallah. Okay, beautiful. يلا السلام عليكم. شكرا. جزاك الله خير. يلا تسلم. شكرا. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. السلام. And with that, that just about wraps up the first episode of the Exploring Iraq series. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to the people of Dwania for welcoming me like I was one of their own. What I learned here is that good character isn't something shaped by comfort or convenience, it's something deeply rooted in this land, in the spirit of Dwania. May God protect the beautiful souls I met along the way, and I truly hope this region gets to bask in the full light of freedom one day, because I've genuinely never come across a community more respectful and deserving. Be sure to share this video with a friend who might enjoy it, and hit the subscribe button for more inshallah. Dwania, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We're straight out, just caught lacking. So during that section of the markets, I wasn't supposed to record. I wasn't recording and stuff, and we hired like this trolley man to push our clothes, to push our food and stuff. And he asks me, he's like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from Baghdad. I'm here to visit some family, visit my auntie, all that sort of stuff, whatever. I was like, oh, okay. Obviously, he didn't believe me. And then he was trying to ask me follow-up questions. I was acting like I wasn't hearing it. I was like, yeah, whatever. Then he asked me, oh, what's the time now? This is how he called me lacking. He's like, oh, what's the time now? I'm like, oh, 6:30. He's like, oh, what time would it be in Baghdad now? And I froze. I'm like, fuck, is there a time difference, like, in Baghdad or whatever? And I'm like, no, it's the same time, but I think from my pause, he knew that I'm not from here. Yeah, this is